Coming up, honoring veterans, we show you how one campus organization is saluting those who served.
And later, we're talking about national attention. We'll tell you how our student section is gaining national attention.
This weekend we had a rare sighting of a Nicholas bear dunk. I'll tell you more in sports.
Will we be seeing any snow to go along with these colder temperatures? I'll tell you more in weather.
All that more coming up on this Monday, November 12th edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere, it all starts now. Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to this live Monday edition of DITV. I'm Lauren Varell alongside Sydney Zatz.
Good morning, Lauren. If you were out on campus this weekend, it may have been hard to miss a giant display for our veterans. The University of Iowa Veterans Association honored veterans with American flags formed in the shape of an eye on the Pentacrest. Over 5,000 flags were used in the display, each one linked to a veteran with a relation to the university.
The Department of Biomedical Engineering may be getting a new name thanks to a very generous donation. A total of $15 million has been committed to the department by the Roy J. Carver Charitable Trust. The newest donation from Carver Trust will be used for the research regarding pulmonary and respiratory medicine, which will hopefully find solutions to people who struggle with lung and respiratory disorders. The Iowa Border Regents will meet this week to determine if the Biomed Department will change its name to the Roy J. Carver Department of Biomedical Engineering to honor the new donation. For more on this story, check out thedailyiowan.com.
As students begin to winterize their wardrobe and vehicles, some students may also want to consider winterizing their bicycles if they use them to get around town. In a seminar given by Think Bicycles of Johnson County, the focus was on winter biking and tips to keep riding successfully throughout the season. Dressing layers is one of the most important tips, and this not only will keep you warm, but also your clothes clean from the snow and sand. Riders can also invest in handlebar mittens and pedal covers for extra protection and warmth. Aside from bundling up, riders should just take it slow if conditions are bad. Iowa City buses have bike rack riders can take advantage of. For more information, you can check out dailyiowan.com.
And now, an update on the deadly California wildfires. While the death toll continues to rise. As of this morning, there were major wildfires have killed at least 29 people. That number is expected to rise as officials continue to search through the ruins.
The fire in Butte County right now, in this fire, the rate of spread is exponentially more than it used to be.
In the north, fires have destroyed over 6,000 structures, marking the most destructive in the state's history. Fires have also destroyed the northern Iowa of Paradise, where most victims' bodies have been found. Down in Southern California, fires have burned more than 90,000 acres, causing roughly 200,000 people to evacuate. In the midst of the fires, President Trump took to Twitter saying, quote, "There's no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California. That forest management is so poor." California Governor Jerry Brown had something different to say.
The scientists and the engineers and the firefighters all tell us forest management is one element. It's only one. And we have to take care of the whole range of threats and conditions and actions that are part of our living with fire threats. And while we do more forest management, both the federal government, which has more land than the state government, and by private people in the state, we have to all do more. But managing all the forests in every way we can does not stop climate change. And those who deny that are definitely contributing to the tragedies that we're now witnessing and will continue to witness in the coming years. So the chickens are coming home to roost. This is real here.
Stick with DITV, we'll bring you the latest updates from California.
Lauren, I sure hope some of this wet weather we've been having can find their way over to California.
I know, I certainly hope California finds some rain in the next few weeks.
And you know, they can take some of this winter too. I'm already happy I got my winter coat, so that's a bit of a bummer. But to tell us more about what we can be expecting, we have Kate Fazioli in the weather studio. Kate?
Thanks, guys. I hope no one got too excited about last week's mini snowfall because we won't be seeing any more in the upcoming forecast. Better bundle up today because the high is just below freezing with a brisk 30 degrees. The sun may not be out, but it's not getting any warmer. Then going into tonight, the low will drop even more to 15 degrees. Looking at the rest of the week, things are going to warm up a little bit after Tuesday. Tuesday will have a high of 27 and a low of 19. On Wednesday, we start getting up to the 40s with a high of 40 and a low of 25. Thursdays will be even warmer with a high of 43 and a low of 28. Friday will have about the same temperatures with a high of 43 again, but a low of 26. While temperatures may be colder today, those 40s later on this week will feel pretty good. That's all I have for you guys in the weather studio. Back to the desk.
If you can't get enough of the Hawkeye marching band during game days, get ready for the biggest band event in Iowa tomorrow night. Join the Hawkeye Marching Band along with Herky the Hawk and Iowa Spirit Squads for a night of music, Hawkeye traditions at this year's band extravaganza. The show kicks off at 7:30 inside Carver Hawkeye Arena and is open to all ages. You can purchase tickets online through the Hampshire box office or at the door. For more information, visit the Hawkeye Marching Band's page on Facebook.
While in Iowa football, it won't be making the top 5 this year, our student section is. ESPN is ranking the best student sections across the country. It looks like our Hawkeye pride has gained some attention. Reporter Jahisha Thomas has more.
For the first time, ESPN are collaborating with Taco Bell to present the Live Dash Student Section of the Year Award. The competition lasts for 10 weeks, and right now, after the first 2 weeks of competition, our Hawkeyes rank number 5 in the nation. Speaking to Hawk Nest co-president Jack Brennick, he quoted that we are not fans to leave when it's cold. The student section will always be full. Catching up with some of the Hawkeye fans, I went to get some reactions of this inspiring news.
That's awesome. I mean, it's the greatest thing. Like, we're a great school and we got great fans and we got great people, and it really shows by being the number 5 student section of the nation.
It's a Hawkeye State!
I'm very excited. Yeah, it's really cool here. It's also cold.
It's your first game ever?
Yeah, it's our first game here.
I think it's really awesome to be a part of such a community of people, having a great time, watching the game. Even if you're not a football fan, it's great to be a Hawkeye, and it's good to have that sense of community.
And on that note, reporting from the Iowa City campus, this is Jahisha Thomas with DITV.
Lauren, it's always a great day to be a Hawkeye, and unfortunately, I only have one more game left as a student here at Iowa when it comes to football.
I know, I personally love being in the student section. It always makes me smile.
That's right, and to give us a recap on this past weekend's game against Northwestern, we have Taylor Van Fleet in the sports studio with more. Taylor?
Thanks, ladies. Iowa football was back in Kinnick this weekend to take on the division-leading Northwestern Wildcats. And it was a cold one at Military Appreciation Day in Kinnick Stadium, and it showed as both teams struggled on offense, with Iowa going into halftime up just 3-0. In the second half, Iowa took a 10-7 lead with a 28-yard touchdown pass to Amir Smith-Marset, but that would not be enough as Northwestern found the end zone again and took this game 14-10 and clinched the West Division.
We write our own history, and that really hasn't changed. And, it gets decided out on the field. So tonight we came up short against the team that's, again, been playing very, very well since their bye week, and, they outplayed us tonight. Nobody's more disappointed right now than the 116 guys on our football team. They've worked hard. They've invested, and I thought they competed hard tonight. But, it wasn't good enough.
The credit goes to them. There's a reason they're sitting atop the Big Ten West. We knew coming into it would be a tough game, a tough opponent, and, we just didn't make the plays to win, and they did.
This is Iowa's third loss in a row, and they'll look to bounce back on the road at Illinois this weekend. But let's switch gears to basketball. The 13th ranked women's basketball team held their season opener against Oral Roberts Friday night. Senior All-American Megan Gustafson started off the game with a layup to get the early lead. Later, Amanda Ollinger took a solid three-point shot from the corner to extend that lead to 27-9 at the end of the first half. Iowa shot 55% from the field on the night and got their first win of the season, 90-77.
Well, glad to start out the season with a W. That's always a nice way to set out the year. I thought our first half was very, very good. I thought offensively and defensively we did some really good things.
It's a win for us as a team. Like Coach Brewer said, we didn't do so well on the defensive end, so we just got to come back in tomorrow, prepare for Western Kentucky, and sharpen up a few things.
I know this year is going to be great too, but yeah, our senior year it really is a different feeling, just knowing that this is kind of your last shot as far as you want to go. So
Iowa will travel to Western Kentucky tomorrow night for their first road game of the season. And the men's basketball team hosted their second game of the season against the Green Bay Phoenix yesterday afternoon. The Phoenix proved that they weren't going to be an early season win for the Hawks as they brought some serious press defense that caused Iowa to turn the ball over 17 times. Despite that tough defense, 6 Hawkeyes were able to score in double figures, including Luka Garza and Tyler Cook, who each tallied 17 points. And then there was this monster jam by Nicholas Baer, igniting a spark into the Hawkeye offense before heading into halftime. The Hawks got into a better offensive groove in the second half, just enough to come out on top of this one, beating the Phoenix 93-82.
When you watch this team on film, you knew it was going to be a game like this. It was not going to be a blowout. They have too much talent.
I'm glad that we could come out with a win. It's a really tough, hard-nosed team in Wisconsin, Green Bay, and it wasn't our best performance. Obviously, early in the season, there's some things we can improve on, but happy to come away being 2-0.
And a huge part of this win was the 12-point performance from Nicholas Baer off the bench. DITV Sports Director Lucy Rodin has more on the senior and his unforgettable dunk.
The job of the sixth man is to bring energy off the bench when a team needs it the most. And against Green Bay, senior Nicholas Baer lived up to that role.
He was phenomenal in the first. He was good in both halves, but the first half, he was the difference. He was probably the reason we were up.
I think we were down 16-9 or 16-7. Green Bay got a few turnovers and was able to capitalize. And just understanding if we can come back and bring some energy, get some stops and some runouts. And I always take great pride in trying to play with a lot of energy.
And against Green Bay, there was no better moment that showed the energy that Nicholas Baer brings to this team than with his posterizing dunk that even surprised some of his teammates.
I thought that was pretty special. I didn't think he was going to get up that high, first off, because he normally doesn't.
Oh, I loved it. He don't usually get up too much, but he's like me.
You go back and watch the tape, I almost got us a tech after he dunked. I met him at the other three-point line, and I gave him a big chest bump, so I'm excited he got that one on.
Tyler Cook's been asking for a dunk in traffic for like 3 years now, so I finally got one, being a ninth-year senior, so here's to many more.
Iowa basketball will hope for more dunks from Baer when they face a ranked Oregon team this Thursday in Madison Square Garden. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Lucy Rodin for DITV Sports.
I'm with the players. I had to double take yesterday when I saw that one myself. But that's it from me in the sports studio. But come back tomorrow for a special feature on one Iowa basketball player who is receiving a national award this weekend. Sydney and Lauren, back to you.
Before we go today, it seems like every day has some sort of national holiday.
That's right, and today is no exception. Today is National Pizza Without Anchovies Day.
And besides that, today is also National Happy Hour Day.
Well, Lauren, it's always a good day when there's a deal, but especially when there's a deal without anchovies.
I know. I personally love finding happy hours. They always seem to make my day. That's it for joining us today on Monday morning edition of DITV.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all your latest updates. And tune in tomorrow at 8:30 for DITV. I'm Sydney Zatz.
And I'm Lauren Varell. Have a great day, Iowa City.